NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school girls basketball, where the Fairlawn Jets will take on the Jackson Center Tigers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Fine thank you to those sponsors that allow us to do this. My name is Jeff Henshin. Alongside me tonight is Rich Bensman, and we have a battle of Shelby County athletic schools going at it, but kind of a tale of two sides here. Fairlawn comes in struggling record-wise and experience, and you got Jackson Center, a real nice record and a lot of experience on their side.
Yeah, definitely a tale of two different teams here.
The Jets come in at 1-10 overall, 0-9 in league play, whereas Jackson Center is 6-3 overall, and they're 2-2 in league play. As I mentioned, being around and seeing a lot of these Jackson Center Tigers in volleyball and basketball, Rich, a lot of veteran experience on the team, and they're still just sophomores and juniors. You've got a senior in there, but a lot of leadership back from a lot of experience from past seasons, and Fairlawn very young and trying to build a program and going through the growing pains as that happens.
Yeah.
And they're going to take some lumps.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll take a short break here as we get ready for our national anthem. When we come back, we'll have our keys of the game, and then the opening tip here, all on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our four-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Welcome back to Jackson Center. Jeff Henshin alongside me tonight, Rich Benson, as we get ready now to meet the starting lineups. First for the Fairlawn Jets, Kaylee Hilber, also number 1, Lanny Clemens. Number 11 is Avery North. Number 21 is Riley Eichelberger. And 22 is Maddie Miller. Jets are coached by Derek Gunter. Assistant coaches Mark Jones and Haley Gunter. Those are your Fairlawn Jets. Now the home team lineup. Number 4, Grace Prenger. Number 10, Presley Reese. Number 14, McKinley Reichert. Number 20, Addie Biederman. Number 44, Macy Klopfenstein. And head coach for the Tigers in her second season, Tiffany Brown, assisted by Keisha Bird and JV coach Peyton Nesser. Those are the starting lineups. And before the opening tip, let's go now to our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. And Rich, first for the Fairlawn Jets.
For the Fairlawn Jets, they're going to have to communicate defensively. They're going to have to block out if they're going to be playing that 2-3 zone that's anticipated here tonight. So a lot of times they just miss block-out assignments. And then take care of the ball, handle the pressure, and get back on transition defense.
And for the Tigers?
Well, they're going to want to have patience against this 2-3 zone, and they're going to want to not rely on the 3 ball, is what Coach Brown said. And they want to get after it defensively and score in transition.
Thank you, coaches, and thank you to Keyhole Pizza, our keys of the game, as the game opens up with a Fairlawn turnover on their first possession. So Jackson Center gets it right back, and they go to work against the 2-3 zone. Nice move, left-hander by Addie Biederman off the mark. Offensive rebound by McKinley Reichert. Biederman thought about the 3. Now Reese with the basketball up top. Reese penetrates. Short shot, but boy, 2 offensive rebounds, and Reichert big on both those missed shots and finishes on the second one.
Yeah, and just kind of what we talked about. If you're going to be in that zone, you got to get a body on somebody. That's the biggest part with the 2-3 zone.
Reichert leads the team in scoring at 14 points a game and also in rebounding. There's a 3-point attempt by the Jets off the mark Reese with the long rebound, but her pass, nice play defensively by the Jets. Hilber stealing the basketball, and then the shot is blocked out of bounds. So turnover for the Tigers, and the Jets will keep possession on the missed shot. They go back to work another three-pointer. This one by Avery North. That's off the mark, and that will go out of bounds. So the Jets have definitely fired up some shots here, but they'll look to score the next possession as the Tigers will take control here with Presley Reese.
They've been doing a lot of dribble penetration on that zone. I think they're by design.
Nice play backside defensively. You saw there Kaylee Hilber kind of crash backside to knock away a potential high percentage shot. Stacked now for the Tigers as they face the defense, and Reichert, good person to get the ball into, and she is fouled in the act of shooting. Two free throws for McKinley Reichert. She's a 5'11 junior.
That's going to be key, Jeff, is that Coach Brown said they didn't want to rely on the three, and so far they've attacked it a little bit. They attacked it with the post touch, and they attacked it with dribble penetration.
Reichert 1 of 2 from the free throw line. A foul for Fairlawn went against Avery North, number 11, her first, team's first. And this is Avery North now against the man-to-man Tiger defense. North into the middle. Reichert, long pass, and in transition come the Tigers. Biederman, left-hander, tough shot for her being on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely. But there we talked about transition.
Boy, nice bounce pass.
Both teams got it out and went pretty good.
They did, and even the Jets come back. They missed a nice opportunity, but boy, it doesn't take long for the Tigers.
Really ran the floor well there as a team.
Had quite a bit up and down here now. 3 trips. There's a foul on the Tigers, but it's been Jackson Centers have been able to capitalize on the last one by Reichert. And a foul for the Tigers, number 4, Grace Pringer. In for the Jets, number 33, Cassie Heath. Man-to-man Tiger defense. Ball knocked away, stolen. Reese in transition. She will be fouled in active shooting. We've seen a lot of up and down for the Tigers. They talked about the ability to do that, and they're a seasoned team.
And she got the steal defensively, really muddying up the lanes, kind of crowding the lanes.
Reese is good on her first free throw, the 5'9 junior. A seasoned team, as I mentioned. They start 3 seniors and 2 juniors. And Reese is good on both. First 2 points of the game for Reese, and a 7-0 lead for the Tigers.
See how they crowd that lane a little bit. Stop that penetration. There they go.
Boy, nice play defensively. Helber missed a shot down on the other end, and quickly Tigers came back and, excuse me, I'll have to. Reese with the free throw. She is now 3 for 3. Again, it's been transition opportunities for the Tigers. They've not had to run a lot of patient offense, so they've been basically quick firing up and down. 2-point shot, long one by Biederman.
Again, it was a really good skip pass against that zone, but again, Fairlawn's going to have to block out.
With the basketball now, number 1, Lainey Clemens will advance it into the front court, and meeting her is Grace Pringer, man-to-man defense. 3-point shot by Helber is good. The sophomore, much needed bucket. A 30-second timeout called for by Fairlawn, and precision strip timeout on the court. We will take one with them as well. 8-3 the score in favor of Jackson Center here on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
NK Telco Sports and its sponsors welcomes you back to Jackson Center. 8-3. Rich, the Jets got a big three-point shot there from Kaylee Helber. They needed something.
That was good. It was a dribble. It was a ball screen into a dribble handoff for a wide open three in the corner.
And she hit it. I mean, they're going to need a lot of that as Jackson Center, again, a seasoned veteran team, has a lot of strength and size, and so far they've kind of exploited that. They've run the court pretty well. So the Jets, nice play here. They get a turnover. Good hands by Helber, who hit the three-pointer. Helber, I know in the possession or so before, missed a shot. There's a two-pointer by Maddie Miller off the mark, but Helber had missed one on this side, but they hit a nice one over there and created a steal on this end.
Yes. Good post touch for the Tigers. So that's inside-out basketball right there, Jeff. Yep.
And she has the strength to do it. So Reichert knows where her teammates are at. Boy, a breakdown defensively as the Jets able to get it over the defense of the Tigers, and a 5-0 run now for Fairlawn. 8-5 to score, but that inside out, you get Reichert in the post. She knows how to play it. If she's not scoring, she can find her open teammate and is strong enough to kick it out aggressively.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're making cuts through the zone as well. See, right there.
Pass deflected. It'll go out of bounds. As Clevenstein, the intended receiver, I believe hustling down there on defense was number 22, Maddie Miller, to knock it out of bounds. And then for the Tigers, number 34, Dee Lichtenberg, 5'7" junior. Presley Reese, wide open look for Reichert, and good catch, good square, and a nice kiss off the glass. 7 points in the game for Reichert, half of her season average of 14 here in the first 4+ minutes of the first quarter. Helber retains the loose ball. She's being guarded by Biederman.
A ball screen, they're going to go under. Jackson Center's going under the ball screens.
Yeah, if you can't hit the outside shot, you can kind of get away with that. You do that at people that can hit it, they'll take advantage of that and hit the outside shot.
Yeah, and they're passing, cutting. It almost looks like a motion.
Left-handed shot by Biederman. Offensive rebound by Reichert. She's had a handful already. She's tied up. It'll stay with Jackson Center. And I told you in our pregame that 14's going to do a lot of things for the Tigers. She's head of the snake for them and has good ball sense. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Tigers. Is getting a hand or a body on it was number 22, Maddie Miller, a freshman. Talked about the 3 seniors, 2 starters, 3 seniors, 2 juniors starting for the Tigers. Fairlawn has 2 sophomores, 3 sophomores, a freshman and a senior, so a lot of inexperience.
Yeah. Absolutely. So right there, that's twice now Jackson Center's out-of-bounds play, bounced it off the back.
Okay, so it was the backside. Okay, I didn't know if she hit it with her hand.
And you can step right in and take that shot.
I've seen it before. New Knoxville, Ellie Gable did that. She did it in junior high, I know, at times, and even in high school. You catch the defense that turns it back to you, and it works to good advantage.
Yep. Tigers playing really good help defense.
Heath with the basketball. Nice backdoor pass. Miller with it. Out of bounds, saved by Miller, but into the hands of Reichert. Her pass underthrown, intercepted. Here come the Jets in a scramble, but Reichert comes back with it. And nearly another turnover. It will stay with Jackson Center. A little bit of a...
little up and down, a little bit of turnover happiness there. They want to get it out and go.
Yeah, they have definitely not hit that factor at all. We've seen them up and down here. Now they extend the pressure a little bit higher up as committing the foul is Lanny Clemens.
So that 2-3's got a tandem top. And
Clemens comes up to almost pick it up man-to-man and then drops back.
Right.
Yeah, the old school of zone defense. Nice pass. Biederman Well, Reichert misses the shot, but a beautiful pass.
She snuck right underneath the zone.
Nice pass, could not execute the shot. Helber came up with the rebound, and Jets find themselves down just 5 points. They've had a number of turnovers. There's another one. Lichtenberg will give it back. Boy, Jackson Center also kind of frivolous with the basketball as well, as both teams have been a little careless at times, trying to push the tempo, and sometimes you got to do that. Things play a little bit faster than what you're used to, and the pass and the catch isn't like it normally is when you're standing still.
Yeah, and a little miscommunication. I think the first turnover, she thought was going to go a little farther to one of her teammates, and Fairlawn was able to get the steal.
Under 2 minutes to play first quarter. The Jets, after falling behind 8-0, have outscored the Tigers 5-2. Extended possession here as Clemens between the leg dribble will try to get through Pringer's defense. Helber, three-pointer, short, offensive rebound, reverse layup attempt by Eichenberger is no good.
There they go.
Reese for three, no good. Clemens with the rebound. Clemens spins off of, not really contact. I think Reese tried to draw the contact, and although it kind of looked like Clemens also extended, but
yeah, that was probably a pretty good no call.
But they do get a foul on Reichert. McKinley Reichert, her first foul, team's second. So a number of turnovers by each team, and we're set 10-5 in favor of the Tigers. Heath working on Presley Reese. Helber, her shot is blocked, but just maybe Biederman too much non-vertical.
Yeah, she needed to go straight up.
Helber, who hit a three-pointer to start the scoring spree, or to get the Jets on the board, will go to the free throw line for two shots. She's a sophomore. 65 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the first one, the high arcing free throw is good. In for the Jets, number 2, Cannon Katara. Helber, a sophomore, as I mentioned, with 4 points. Another high arcer off the bank board, rim it no good. Presley Reese with the defensive board. Kicks out to Biederman. Under a minute to play. Biederman, left-hander, will reset the Tiger offense. Again,
like cuts through the middle and then sneak behind the zone. Reichert's tried to sneak behind the zone twice that time.
Biederman misses. I think she shot that one with her right hand. I thought she was left hand, but I think inside there she tried to use her right hand and missed the shot off the bank board. Helber, 2-point shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Jets. Shot by Miller, no good, and there's a whistle and a foul on 21. Eichelberger, her first, team foul number 5, so free throws should be coming up for the Tigers, and they will be. I don't know who's shooting. Lichtenberg. So I didn't see the foul. Was on the rebound, maybe?
Yeah, on the rebound.
28 seconds left first quarter. Going to the free throw line is 5'7" junior D. Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg. First one is in. 11-6 with 28 seconds to play in the first. Tigers 6-3 on the season, 2-2 in Shelby County Athletic League action. Lichtenberg gets the friendly hometown hop. Clock moving, 25 seconds. Ball lost and into the hands of Reese. Held ball will give it to the Tigers, so a turnover on the Jets.
Well, they're crowding the floor at Jackson Center, and so when Fairlawn puts it on the bounce, you got to be ready because there's going to be a Tiger there.
Yeah, you got to sense it and get rid of it.
So high-low a little bit there.
Nice catch by. Oh, we had a held ball from the front official and had a foul called by the back official. I thought it was a good block.
I do too.
From our angle. Yeah. And the official in our angle had the open palm. He thought jump ball, but the official from behind probably thought it looked like a foul.
I think she got mostly ball.
Reichert 1 of 2 from the line tonight. Good on that one. She's now 2 for 3. 8 points in the contest already for McKinley Reichert.
Practicing free throws over here in Jackson Center. I can tell you the boys team has got a really good percentage on the line as well. They got like several players in the 80s.
Well, good discipline, and that's part of basketball, and it's ingrained here. They've had a lot of success over the years, boys and girls, and a lot of it comes from hard work. Final seconds of the first quarter, 14-6 in favor of Jackson Center. Helber down to 1, will chuck it at the buzzer, off the mark, no good. After 8 minutes of action, it is Jackson Center 14, Fairlawn 6, here on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
NK Telco will welcome you back to Jackson Center. We get ready to start the second quarter. Rich, we enter the second quarter with a score 14-6. It's been kind of sloppy. There's been a number of turnovers, but one of the glaring black and white stats is how many free throws the Tigers have attempted.
Yeah.
Got them down for 10, right?
Yeah, 10. 10 free throws. 8 made.
Yeah, it's a pretty good, quick math, 80%.
Yeah.
And just 2 free throws by the Jets.
They're attacking that zone.
Yep.
That's why they're getting to the free throw line. And that's just what Coach Brown wanted to do.
Yeah, usually good things happen when you're aggressive and you're shooting a lot of free throws. You're doing something aggressive usually towards the basket.
Yeah.
The Jets, just the 2 free throws as Elber will shoot the three-pointer off the mark, rebounded by the Tigers. In transition, they come. Reichert keeps it in the left hand, avoids the block shot. Took a little bit of contact and scores another bucket for her. She now has 10. Make it 11, I should say, for Reichert.
Very good body control. She knows exactly what she wants to do when she gets it down that paint, too, against that zone.
Stolen away by Reese, does the right thing. Throws it towards her basket. An aggressive, hard foul against Grace Pringer. That one called against Kaylee Helber.
A lot of times, it's not necessarily the zone, it's how the other team responds to it. And,
yeah, good point.
We went to Keene State one year and came out against them in a zone the second half because they were beating us off the bounce. And it wasn't the great 2-3 zone we were playing. It's just how they responded to it very poorly. Stopped attacking the basket, didn't take the kind of shots. But right now, Jackson Center's really doing a good job, and I think that's the experience of this team.
Pringer misses both. Kluffenstein had it. She will recover and keep it, and will instead be thrown out of bounds. So a tough break for Macy Kluffenstein, a 6'1 senior. Battled for the rebound, kind of lost her balance, and her throw to her teammate out of bounds. Turnover Tigers. Illegal screen. Yeah, you can't come up and blindside like that.
And that was Reichert. That was good communication. You like to always say you demand on offense and you command on defense. Well, she commanded that screen was coming and had the drive had she not fouled.
Pringer brings it into the front court. Pass off the mark. I was about ready to say, boy, pretty good ball movement. As you can snap, crackle, pop, but the pass just off the mark.
Yeah, and if she would have taken it off the bounce to the baseline, she would have had a nice bounce pass to the post.
Thought the same thing, but she's left-handed. Of course, I saw her shoot a right-handed. That would have been one of those wraparound. Sometimes people, their off hands don't have that crisp pass. That one off the mark is right. The double screen is picked up. Another turnover. And again, good. Tigers give it away. Good defense in transition by Cassie Heath.
It's one of the keys.
Three-pointer off the mark. Reichert with a rebound. She needs to watch the elbow. Got to be careful. She got called earlier with the elbow. She kind of allowed to turn, but she was almost throwing them a little bit.
If she establishes and keeps her pivot foot, she's okay. But
To
you start
move,
to move
yeah.
up in your chest area, that's...
I saw, and I had heard it before. I don't see it called very often. We had a game last night where a girl, I'll say, moved the elbow violently, didn't make contact. It's a violation. She didn't get called for the foul, but it's a turnover.
Right.
So if you make contact, it's a foul. But if you're just flagrantly doing it, as Grace Pringer gets a friendly hop on the home hoop.
And that was great side-to-side basketball, a great skip pass. There's rules. Sometimes the ball has to cross the center or a pass fake to make that zone shift a little bit. And that's what Jackson Center did a good job of there.
Yeah, if you look at it in simple terms, if you make the defense move a little bit, it makes everything else a lot easier. And if you understand the principles and kind of what the defense does when the ball is moved, just find the gap. And it's keep away. Get yourself a nice spot. As that pass deflected, but into the hands of Reichert and then into Kluffenstein. Reichert with the assist. Kluffenstein gets in the scoring column. But again, good ball movement, and that's a key on offense, even in man-to-man. You got to, when you break it down and you're sitting up here watching it at our level, it's pretty. It makes it look. We make it sound so easy. It's not. But a nice move and a good finish by a sophomore, Lainey Clemens.
Now that was a lack of communication on that ball screen from Jackson Center.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and good job by Clemens sensing it, and a good finish off the glass for her first 2 points of the game.
Right at her foot.
Yeah, that's kind of back-to-back pass where Biederman's really missed Kluffenstein, but Kluffenstein able to run it down. Shot blocked, recovered by the Jets, and the timeout taken by Coach Derek Gunter, a 30-second timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here. Remind everyone that our sponsors for tonight's game include First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Thank you again to those fine sponsors that allow us to do this. And tonight we're live streaming the Shelby County Athletic League action between the Jets and the Tigers. My name is Jeff Henson. Alongside me tonight is Rich Bentzman. And so far a competitive game. I won't say it's been clean. Each team has had a number of turnovers, some wild passing at times, but it's been Jackson Center that's come through a little bit more positive action.
Yeah, I mean, they're really sticking to Coach Brown's keys. They're not relying on the three ball against that zone. They're attacking the paint. Like on that drive with Kloppenstein there, part of that happened because it was such a great seal by Reichert. Reichert had her sealed so hard that Kloppenstein could drive that lane. And Fairlawn's just, every time they take it off the bounce, they've got to be aware that there's going to be a Jackson Center help player there.
See what's here, Jackson Center, maybe zone defense now. Nope, yep. Boy, they split it.
Over 1-2-2. Good penetration right down the middle.
Yeah, he did everything right, but couldn't get the shot to go down.
Yeah.
Tigers in transition, can't get the hoop and harm. Instead, it'll be 2 free throws for Kluffenstein.
She went and established the block right away. Great job with the bounce pass to get it to her in transition.
And she used her size to ward off the smaller defender, Eichelberger. And a free throw missed by Kluffenstein. Macy's a 6'1 senior. In for the Jets, it looks like he's number 50, Raphael Lanier. Lanier is a senior. Kluffenstein has 2 points in the game. Those came here earlier in the second quarter. Yep, you saw it right away.
Yep.
And rebounded by the Jets. So chance here for the Jets to minimize or close this 12-point deficit. Nice bounce pass, good deflection though. Right idea. It wasn't a huge window. The Tigers able to knock it down, but right idea. Eichelberger to the basket, and a nice move. A little bit of hesitation and scored the ball.
A little bit of defensive breakdowns. I'm sure Coach Brown's not going to be happy with that. There was no help there at all.
So the 10-point lead now for the Tigers. Blocking foul called against Clemens, and it's already the 5th team foul. We're halfway through the second quarter, so more free throws. The Tigers have been there a number of times already. Now they're 0 for 4 here in the quarter, so they've not taken advantage of all those opportunities, but they'll have a chance here with Presley Reese, who is currently 3 for 4, all those in the first quarter. Reichert in for Biederman. Jackson Center tonight playing without Kendall Reese. Junior suffered a knee injury and is not playing tonight. We wish her the best on that. Her last game, she hurt it, and 2 free throws by Reese gives her now 2 for 5 of 6 from the line. Then a 12-point Tiger lead.
Back to man-to-man defense.
Didn't maybe like how well the Jets went through the zone defense.
Right down the middle.
A couple times.
Now this is kind of an open post motion. It's a pass cut. Mixed in with some ball screens in there.
A nice move, right idea. And going to the basket, Eichelberger. She's had a couple moves here and will be rewarded with the 2 shots. Isn't that more of the newer style offense, more of just kind of pass and cut and make stuff happen off the dribble?
And they have some occasional ball screens. I like that ball screen into that dribble handoff that they did earlier. I thought that was really good action, but they really haven't gone back to anything like that.
Eichelberger, 1 of 2. Klopfenstein with the rebound. Here come the Tigers trying to beat the Jets back. And
be underneath the zone again.
Yep, and again, pretty easy. The Jets really did not stop the ball handler. Reese penetrated inside the free throw line, a bounce pass to Lichtenberg, and she gets fouled.
Yeah, and that's the number 1 rule on transition defense: locate the ball.
Yeah, that's most important.
Right,
give them something to think about.
Right, and the Jackson Center's post. They're running right to the blocks, and the guards know where they're going on that transition. And once again, now we're at the free throw line.
And for the Jets, number 42, Amanda Rausch, and for Jackson Center, number 40, Carly Swaney. As Lichtenberg will try to convert the second half of the 2-shot fouls, and she does. 3 points in the ball game for Dee Lichtenberg, and that's a 12-point lead here for the Tigers. They led by 8 at the end of the first quarter, 14-6. We have 3:20 to play until halftime. And she'll give it back as Reese kind of picked it up out of rhythm, and what nearly was a steal for her. She gives it back on the travel violation.
That's what we used to call the Leonard Skinner move. Give me 3 steps.
Oh, there you go. Good point.
One of my assistant coaches when I was at Cincinnati Reading always used that term.
Well, back then it was Skinner. Leonard Skinner maybe wasn't quite so ancient.
Right.
In the 80s, now you probably have to tell your teammates or your kids to go Google it.
Something, right.
Maybe you have to demonstrate it, do a little karaoke performance, or have it on your YouTube phone so you can show them.
That's right.
A good analogy. It remains Jets basketball. Under 3 minutes to go. Another turnover. A little bit of indecision. Things haven't come easy for the Jets, so, when you can't score, I always think everything just gets worse.
Yes.
Everything just nothing flows.
Yeah. They were going to have a nice staggered screen the trip before, and they just didn't let that develop. Fairlawn. Inside out.
Yep. Biederman with a left-hander about 13 feet. Score it.
Drove the zone. But you notice that went inside first, then out. And your footwork's so much better when you get a pass from the post and inside out, especially for threes.
Deflected.
It just
makes everything move better when you get it inside first and you kick out.
Yeah.
I like when they play. There's a turnover on the Jets when you have like a 1-3-1 zone, or sometimes you put the post player, if you will, back against the baseline about 3 or 4 steps off the. I think that's.
Look where she's at.
Right where
perfect, right underneath
Swaney's
the zone.
at.
They got to cut
even if you can get it to her, sometimes that pass coming from the flip side is awkward, and people don't know how to defend it, it seems like.
They're doing a great job of attacking it with post play, but also with flashing people then in the middle of the lane. It draws that zone's attention, and then you can get that other little dump down to the post.
Yep, I agree. They don't come up with a bucket here as it One off a Tiger on a missed rebound or the missed shot. We're under 2 minutes to play. A 14-point Tiger lead.
That was a little set run. That wasn't bad action.
Clemens cut off.
See what?
Another turnover, or will stay with the Jets here, and it will stay with the Jets.
Yeah, they got to be careful when they kind of spin into the defense.
That's
where
when
they're losing the ball.
Yeah, I think Jackson Center sees it coming. They can either been able to double team it, and it's really caused the Jets offense some problems trying to. The shot was blocked. Biederman gets the shot rejection.
Oh.
The pass a little too hot to handle as a turnover for the Tigers, and again, they don't take advantage of it. They've been, it hasn't been very clean at times.
No.
And right now they're doing this. Reichert is on the bench. I don't know, she's been out for a little bit here. I just realized, well, she's sitting there, so she's been their leading scorer tonight with 11. And also a good time. I was going to say, it's also a chance to, work when the leader is not on the court. Here's a nice move by Cassie Heath. Her 4th point for the sophomore. Then 12-point lead now for the Tigers. Again, zone defense by the Jets. Although it looks like a little confusion.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Flash to the middle. She wasn't looking. She got lucky, but then she could easily dump down underneath the zone.
Well, it worked out. It wasn't picture perfect. I was a little confused, too. It looked like Fairlawn didn't know what kind of defense they wanted to do, and it worked out in Jackson Center's favor as Carly Swaney hit the baseline jumper for her first 2 points, and with under a minute to go, 55 seconds, the Tigers now on top 27-13. Fairlawn coming into the ball game 1-10 on the season. They defeated Bradford back on November 27th, their only win of the season.
I'd like to see a ball screen right here. There we go.
Well, they got one up top here. Got to be careful. You got to get it a little bit quicker. You can't blindside.
Nope.
You got to give them like a step to see it.
Here comes another one.
Yep.
She refused it. Went baseline.
That's because it's going left-handed versus right-handed.
Yep.
Shot taken by Leaner is missed. Tigers. Reese, a little bit of a step through, finger roll, her first field goal of the night. 7 points in the ball game for the junior. Final 13, 12, 11 seconds. 16-point lead now for Jackson Center. North, Avery North.
Staggered screen back into a ball screen. That was good
action. It was very nice. Yeah. It didn't go in for the Jets, and that's the end of the second quarter buzzer. Your score at halftime. Jackson Center 29, Fairlawn 13. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have second half action here on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
NK Telco Sports and the sponsors welcomes you back to high school girls basketball. We're at halftime between the Fairlawn Jets and the Jackson Center Tigers. The Tigers lead 29-13. Rich, we saw the Tigers kind of begin to pull away. It wasn't pretty, but they did some nice things that caught your eye, and they got to the foul line a lot.
Yeah, and that's been the key to this game, I think, for them, is getting to the free throw line. And they're getting to the free throw because they're attacking that 2-3 zone defense.
They've done a nice job. They maybe haven't hit a higher percentage. They were 8 of 10 from the free throw line in the first quarter. Now in the second quarter, just 3 for 8, so the percentage is 11 for 18, but they've also chipped in with some field goals. We haven't seen a lot of three-point shooting. As you talked about earlier, they weren't going to try to rely on the three-pointer. They wanted to use a rebounding, attacking the basket, and ball movement to create some higher percentage shots, and they've done enough of that to build now a 16-point lead.
Yeah, it's definitely by design they want to go inside out. They want to get a post touch or a lane touch before they do anything on the perimeter.
We'll keep an eye on that here and see if they can continue to do that, or if type of maybe defense. It looks like Fairlawn's going to still open up with a 1-3-1 now maybe.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different
They're
still.
going to try to trap the basketball a little bit.
So they're going to nice fake by Presley Reese to get it down inside to Clevenstein. Good defensive play by the Jets, getting the block shot and the rebound.
Yeah.
So
you got to really attack the diagonal passing against a 1-3-1.
And Jackson Center likewise in zone defense here in the third quarter. Both teams matching up each other. This is more of a 2-3, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a
1-2-2.
Okay.
1-2-2, yeah.
So we'll see
got
what's
a
up.
3-2 look to it as well. They're close to the.
That's a long three-point shot by Avery North, just short. Biederman with it. Nice pass. Reese hops in. Assist Biederman. Bucket. Presley Reese. Again, good ball movement, good spacing. Again, size has helped with that. Biederman, a tall player as well at 6 foot, and Reese at 5'9", able to kind of make the passing look pretty easy.
Fairlawn has got to go to a 2-guard front against that zone. So they can't line up in a 3-guard front. They got to make sure that they come and we make it uneven and have a 2-guard front versus Jackson Center's.
Deep, make it an odd versus or not. Don't match up with what they're doing defensively.
Correct.
Grace Prenger 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Makes that her first one, her third point of the ball game. As Grace Prenger, one of 4 seniors on the squad. Gets them both to drop. She now has 4 points. That matches her uniform number.
We need a 2-guard against that. Yeah.
We kind of have it.
Yeah.
Well, nice hands by Reese, though, and nearly here comes the double team trap. And again, the spin dribble.
Yep.
And Biederman steals it and scores it. The left-hander finishes on the left side. And again, we're beginning to see that veteran experience, size, strength, and athleticism begin to take over here for the Tigers. They now lead by 22.
See, against that zone, you also want to have someone running the baseline because you want to attack the 2 with 3.
So when you get it offset, you still have that other player on your side to imbalance or make it imbalance?
Yeah, it's just like a 3-2, and you got to attack the 2.
Foul on Presley Reese. And the Jets will inbounds. They see if they offset the zone or not. We'll see now. They kind of have the 2-guard front.
Yep. They're not really doing anything with it, though. They're not moving the basketball.
Right now, the trapping defense coming up. And
there's a skip pass.
Yep, just off the mark, though. So they got some good ball movement, but maybe, again, forced to throw a little bit faster. Not maybe in rhythm, but the right idea, but couldn't execute on the pass and catch.
And sometimes that's what this game comes down to, passing and catching. Well, there's a steal. Good pass.
And a left-handed layup for Reichert. Had 11 points in the first half. That gives her a baker's dozen, 13.
Real good jump stop. Came down on both feet. Pretty solid. Nice pass.
The Jets now trail by 24.
There you go. Yep. So if she gets in the short corner, not on the block, don't play where the player's at.
Yeah, separate.
Put your butt to the baseline where that little T is right there.
I saw that earlier tonight. I thought, what I call the short corner?
Right.
That's where I like to put those post players and put their rear end to the baseline and give it to them, and then they can see a whole different view.
And flash someone to the high elbow.
So we'll see once.
Yeah.
Turnover for the Jets, though, gives the Tigers a basketball. They have a comfortable 24-point lead here. They've get another shot there by Reichert off the back iron, no good. And with the rebound for the Jets is Heath. And hustling down the floor is Clemens. And a timeout will be taken by the Fairlawn Jets. A precision strip timeout on the court. A full timeout we will take one with them with 5:01 to play in the third quarter. It's all Tigers 37-13 on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Jeff Henson alongside me tonight, Rich Bensman, as the Tigers are taking control of this basketball game between them and the Fairlawn Jets. But we can hear Coach Derek Gunter kind of explain to his team. We could hear him. He wasn't shouting. I think his voice is just loud.
Yeah.
He's talking about the zone, about how you pass and you got a space and and pass and cut. So
And when they did it and they just had that bad pass, they made the zone shift and then they got it to the other side.
But just the pass was off the mark.
Right,
so you did 4 of the 5 things right. Just couldn't execute the 5th.
And they're young and they're youthful, so it's a good test for them as far as how to handle this.
Well, it's the best way to learn. But unfortunately, you're on live stage right here and you don't get any redos. And you're playing against a pretty good Jackson Center team.
See, if she would have been in that short corner, she would have been able to take a dribble to the basket.
Well, they're
right there. Good.
Spacing just off a little bit.
It is.
But they're lost the basketball on a drive there.
They came out of that timeout kind of executing what the coach wanted.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was better than we'd seen the movement of the previous of the timeout.
Yeah.
So again, small steps here for the Jets as Biederman will dump it down to Klopfenstein.
Ooh.
Nice bounce as Reichert was, I guess her shot was blocked. Usually you see those almost automatics with an arm swing.
I think you could hear the slap. See, it's the right cut. It's just a bad pass.
Turnover Jets. Biederman pulls up from 15, misses, and quick shot into the hands of Pranger. Out to Presley Reese. A reset under 4 minutes to play third quarter. He played half the quarter. The Tigers have outscored Fairlawn, the Jets, 8-0. Klopfenstein muscles, kind of off balance. Reichert able to kind of use her size and just literally reach on top and over Clemens.
And when Reichert's got that post seal on the opposite side, and Klopfenstein's got the ball on the elbow, she can sweep and drive that. And that's just what she did. See, they got a girl in the middle, which I like, but they need to get somebody in that short corner.
Yeah, just one more option to get the ball dispersed to. They got too many where you can't get them. 3-point shot. Nice answer by Clemens. Again, as they begin to get a little bit better passing, you're right. You can just get the advantage to your numbers. But Clemens helps with the made shot and usually solves a lot of problems when you start knocking down shots.
Yep, nice little curl cut.
And getting fouled is Reese. Presley will go back to the free throw line. She's been there 3 times already. This will be her 4th trip to the foul line. And currently she is 5 of 6 from the free throw line with a field goal in the first half for a total of 7. And the bucket here with 9, so that one is missed. So 9 points in the game for 5'9" junior Presley Reese, who usually runs a point guard. She's a 5'9" frame to bring the ball down. That can create mismatch problems against smaller guards. Gets the second of 2. She now has 10. 38 for Jackson Center, 16 for Fairlawn as we approach the final 3 minutes of the third. Pass inside. Clemens, her shot blocked. Nice defensive play by number 20, Addie Biederman, with not only a blocked shot, but the defensive rebound.
It was a good cut by Fairlawn.
Nice cut by the Tigers.
That's twice now.
Assist, Reichert, bucket, Biederman, as again, I don't know if the zone left Biederman through there and someone entered the house and no one protected it. Made it for an easy opportunity. Biederman now with 6 points in the ball game. Three-point attempt off the mark by Avery North. And some bodies on the floor and a whistle. It'll be held ball possession in favor of Jackson Center.
What you want to do, Jeff, is you want to distort that zone. And you distort it by, again, that short corner and that high elbow. And now you're going to make them make some decisions. And then if they overload that, that's when the skip pass is going to be there. But it's all a very, it's a learning opportunity right now.
Yeah, it is. It's that's what you want. And then again, when you have to see it on the court, it's hard to maybe read and recognize, and you got to have the ability to do it as Biederman swings through, and she is fouled in the act of shooting.
And they've come out Fairlawn in a man there, and Jackson Center is running some shuffle cuts right off the kind of the middle of the free throw line.
I wonder if it was man in last possession.
Okay,
that's how Biederman, because there was someone forgot where she was at, and Biederman was able to catch and score easily.
Well, they keep getting that back cut off that elbow. And, you can also pop that. If you start taking that back cut away by kind of muddying up the lane, now she pops it. She just pops that, and she's got a three-point shot. So it's kind of pick your poison, but let's see if they get them on it again when they have the next trip down the floor.
6 points for Biederman in the third quarter, 8 in the ball game. Eichelberger over to Hilber. Clemens as they work it around the perimeter. Jackson Center has opened it up here as they dump it down into the paint. Miller will kick it out to Clemens. Long three-pointer for Clemens. Front iron no good. Pringer with the rebound, and she is fouled by Clemens.
That was decent movement against the zone that time. And, when they're penetrating and you're running someone through the corner to corner, you gotta keep your eyes up and hit them underneath the basket.
That's a fourth foul on Clemens. So she will sit down with a minute 38 to play in the third quarter. Pringer brings it over.
Here comes that back cut. So into a ball screen, into a roll. That was really good action.
That was. You had a nice frame and Macy Klopfenstein to throw it to. She sent a nice screen and a beautiful pass from Lichtenberg. She gets the assist.
See, look at that short.
It was there going to pass off the mark. Maybe I thought that her teammate went a little bit too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always figured if you can't see your friend, she can't see you. As Reichert, kind of a tough shot, gets her own rebound, reloads, goes up, and is fouled. So we have a closed fist on the official on the baseline. That'll warrant a foul as she battles and continues. Her first shot I thought was kind of awkward. She almost came down before she shot it.
Yeah.
But able to muscle up and get the rebound.
Yeah.
She has 13 points on the game.
And again, just the offensive rebounding has been key, I think, for Jackson Center as well. You get second chance opportunities, second chance points, and they're capitalizing on them.
14 now in the game for number 14. So Reichert came in averaging 14 points a game. She has 14 right now. Had 9 in the first quarter. Misses a second one. Nice rebound by Kaylee Helber. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Steele Tigers, Presley Reese. Layup is left just a bit short off of a Jet. It'll stay with the Tigers underneath their own basket. In for the Tigers, number 40, Carly Swaney.
See her, she's got her back to her again. Well, she's going to play it differently out of bounds this time.
Number 11 for the Jets, Avery North, back into the ball game. And, this time the defender not in a position, if you will, to throw it off the backside.
Yep. And she's defending, a little elevator screen for up at the top.
It makes it look nice when it goes in. And Presley Reese with a soft shot. That's her 6th point of the quarter, her 13th point of the game. 32-point lead.
Skip pass.
Final 22 seconds of the third quarter. It's been all Jackson Center here in the second half. They have really opened up this ball game, and I think Jackson Center's played much cleaner too. They haven't had as many turnovers as they did in the first half.
No. Well, they're not forcing the issue on the break as much.
Reichert will bring it up herself. I don't know if she thought she couldn't have it. Oh, gotcha. Well, it's good play there to let the clock run out. And at the end of the third quarter, it is Jackson Center 48, Fairlawn 16. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes here on NK Telco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Mr. Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Mr. Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Welcome back to Jackson Center as we start the fourth quarter. It's all Tigers here, 48-16. They were up by 16 at half. Now they lead by 32. So a lot of offense. 19 points in the third quarter compared to 6
the zone.
or 3 for the Jets. As the Jets again will work against the Tigers' defense, a zone defense, and had some moments where it looked pretty good ball movement as that shot missed by Katara. As they will try to kind of space themselves out against the white shirts and make good passing lanes. A three-pointer by North off the mark backside, and Swaney will.
Good block out.
Yep, good job.
Backside and rebounding.
Reese is fouled.
Charles Barkley used to always talk about that. Backside rebounding. And the ball is taken from that shot from that.
Opposite side?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my dad would always talk about 80% is taken on that, or he'd say some percentage taken on this side of the court. The misses are going to go to the other side.
Yep.
And
so there's that shuffle cut again now into a ball screen. A nice little curl cut.
They got a nice look for Swaney. She's fouled. Jump ball. So it'll stay with the Tigers. But they had a nice ball movement there, or I should say moving without the ball.
Gave a ball screen and then received one. Yeah.
A lot of times defenses will switch and stuff like that, and you can catch them out of sequence. And Lichtenberg for 2. Lichtenberg gets 2. Foot was just on the line. Dee Lichtenberg, her 5th point of the contest. As the Tigers begin to, again, continue their offensive dominance here in the second half. Eichelberger's pass nearly knocked away by, I'm seeing once Lichtenberg gets up. She looks like she, I'm not real sure if she hurt her ankle, but she able to get up. Timeout taken by the Tigers. We'll take one with them with 6:46 to play in the ball game. Jackson Center 50, Fairlawn 16 on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back to Jackson Center. Would like to also remind you other sponsors that allow us to do this include Carriage Works, Joltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM. Those are additional sponsors that allow us to do this. And tonight at Shelby County Athletic League action between the Tigers and the Jets. It's all Jackson Center right now on their home court, 50-16 advantage.
Yeah, it's kind of how we had it playing out with the experience versus the inexperience.
Yes, a veteran team. And you might also say a good veteran team. Sometimes you get players that play through 3 or 4 years, and you know they are what they are. But these guys, these girls, I should say, come with a little bit something special because they're not only veterans, but they know how to do it. As there's a up 2-pointer, just foot was on the line, so a long 2-point basket. The 5th point for Riley Eichelberger. But, yeah, Jackson Center, a veteran team and a lot of familiar names and faces.
Yeah, they're back into a zone.
No, it's man-to-man.
It's man-to-man.
Yep. Kloffenstein, one dribble, gets it back out. They swing it over to Biederman. Reese, dump down to Kloffenstein, the elbow or the free throw line jumper. Boy, that also helps if you have a 6'1" post player that can knock down those shots. I mean, like I said earlier, you start making shots, things look a lot easier and make life a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
So the Tigers answer with a bucket.
Coaching friend of mine once said, good shooting makes up for a multitude of sins.
It does.
Not that they have
even poor
right.
coaching, right?
Right.
Everyone looks good when you're scoring buckets.
Yeah, when I had a 6'7" two guard, we won the state championship back in 2003. It makes you a much better coach when you.
Hey, it all comes full circle, and it is what it is. You got to have. I often say, like sometimes, rest in peace, Bob Knight. I'm like, I don't know if Bob Knight could help some of these teams that we see. I mean, it is what it is. You can talk the talk, but you need some players that are willing can get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, you need athletes, and you need people that drink the same drink and can understand what you're trying to do.
Right. And I've been on both ends of these. And this is a young Fairlawn team that can really grow and gain from it and just try to get better.
Yeah, right now they still continuing to compete with 5:15 to play as Kloffenstein hits the free throw. She now has 8 points, so balanced scoring attack. 8 for Kloffenstein as some new faces, I think, in for the Jets here as
she's in the short corner now. That's right.
Yeah, perfect. And I think they heard you, or vice versa. I mean, that little mark on the court for this gym is perfect.
Yep.
As the shot by Clemens is no good. Kloffenstein with the rebound. Presley Reese with the basketball. Biederman asking for it, gets it. Nice dump down, and Kloffenstein now in double figures with 10.
That's what I mean by demanding the basketball offensively. She demanded it.
And she really thought that she's going to maybe go up with the shot. Yep. Wanted it, and instead made someone else a score. So didn't force the action, took advantage of the situation, and bucket for Kloffenstein. She now has 10. 3 players in double figures. Riker with 14, Kloffenstein with 10, and Presley Reese with 13. Three-pointer just short for Helber. Kloffenstein with a board and will bring it up. And Pranger shuffled to feet. Good job defensively by number 3, Kaylee Helber, to come over and kind of scare, if you will, Pranger, startle her.
Just to have her feet shift just a little bit. And the break was there.
Reichert back into the ball game for the Tigers. Also number 22, Audrey Bird, a 5'5" sophomore, her first experience, or her first court time tonight in the varsity game. Clemens hands off to Avery North. Over to Helber. Helber scored 4 points. All those were back in the first quarter. And she is fouled there by Presley Reese, who picks up her third foul.
Screen the zone there. Actually.
North. Oh, tough shot off the mark, but had to, you can feel the Jets, they know that they don't have a lot of time to shoot because the Tigers are always in the face. You felt a little bit of space and kind of rushed it because if you don't go quick, there's going to be a defender in your house.
Right, yep.
Kloffenstein sits down. In for her is number 42, Zoe Polsnyder. So nice night for
Are they
Kloffenstein.
Matching up here, man?
I thought it was man last time.
Yeah, I did too. Just a switch.
Clemens working against Reese. Here's Leonard. Leonard with a nice drive, won't drop. Boy, it's like when things don't go well, you don't even get the good hops sometimes.
Yeah, didn't get the finish. That was Jackson Center. That was really good by them recognizing that pass wasn't there. If she tried to make that pass on that transition, it was going to be another turnover.
Right now, Jackson Center kind of pulling it out, maybe spreading the court, forcing the Jets to defend more of the surface as they work it around the perimeter. No hurry for the Tigers.
high-low there.
Whoa!
Yep.
Reese, a little bit player control foul and caught the face of number 11, Avery North. So now if we were, I hate to say it, in college or pro, we'd have a 10-minute film session on was it a flagrant 1, 2, 3, or 4. And
right.
I don't know what the ruling is. I mean, she turned and got her in the face, and we talked about how you throw and how you can pivot.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. I mean, it's easier to explain.
You keep your pivot foot and don't have your elbows out.
Yeah, just kind of keep them contained and use your body to turn.
Yeah.
So Reese will sit down. Her night is done. She will end the game with 13 points. Turnover Jets as Grace Pringer. Oh, a little double team here. Yep, bad spot, tough spot, and she's going to be bailed out as they foul her. But, well, that's
it's the last place you want to go with the basketball when you're getting trapped.
I guess it wasn't a foul. Maybe it was a timeout instead. But, yeah, you're right. Timeout on court, 67 seconds left in this ball game here on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Just a minute, 7 seconds left on the First National Bank scoreboard. Quick recap of our game as our mid-game and post-game stats today are brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Our timeout sponsor that we're in now is Precision Strip. Our keys of the game that Rich brought to you were brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. And our scoreboard sponsor, as always, is First National Bank. Thank you to those sponsors that allow us to do this. As the final 67 seconds, they try to dump the ball down to Pole Snyder, and it goes from sideline to end line, and the ball will be taken out back where it was last thrown in.
Because they were fronting the post, so
needed a little bit more loft.
Yep, she did.
It's too much of a line drive. And now the clock starts, minute 7 and counting, 56-18 in favor of Jackson Center. They look to go 7-3 on the season. There's a three-pointer by Helber off the mark. Give Fairlawn credit. They've, obviously have gotten some shots off. They haven't hit very many of them. That is a big difference to how your offense is going to go. You got to find a way to score, but they've got some girls that don't need a lot of space to get it off. I mean, they've let some stuff go that.
And what I like to see is they're continuing to play hard.
Yeah, they have. They haven't given up.
Running, jumping the ball. I mean, they're continuing to play hard.
Well, that's what it's there for, and that's what they're doing. The final 23 seconds is, again, Jackson Center will go to 7-3 overall, 3-2 in Shelby County Athletic League action. Fairlawn will drop to 1-11 overall. Running clock might just end this game right here, and the Jets will drop to 0-10 in Shelby County Athletic League action as Reichert will probably just hold on to the basketball here, and that is the final horn. And the final score, Jackson Center 56, Fairlawn 18. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. Rich and I will wrap this game up and select our NK Telco player of the game.
Hometown Opportunity serves Mercer County, Auglaize County, Darke County, and Shelby County.
The website as a whole is pretty user-friendly. I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me in the area.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
We know that our local candidates, a lot of times, are our most successful candidates because they want to come here and stay.
It's become the go-to site for anybody looking for a job in the region.
Welcome back to Jackson Center, where the Tigers have defeated the Jets 56-18, and really a game. It took a while, it seemed like, Rich, for the Tigers to kind of take control. They led 14-6 at the end of the first quarter, an 8-point lead. They grew that to 16 at half, but it was the second half that they really blew this game open.
Yeah, pretty methodical about going about their business, both on the defensive end and offensively. I thought they were really locked in on what Coach Brown wanted offensively, without relying on the three, attacking that zone a little bit. And they just had girls, like you said, they have the experience. But when you have the experience and you kind of been playing with each other and you know where someone's going to cut, and you know the instincts of people.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier. I think they call it chemistry.
Yeah, right.
These girls have bond together, and a pretty dominating performance. And the Tigers take care of their free throws. They went to the line often and took advantage of that, and really just made Fairlawn's offense just uncomfortable and never really gave them some open good looks to get their confidence going. So a tough night for the Jets as they continue to battle. We appreciate them playing hard till the buzzer. The Tigers victorious here. We'll go through our scoring first. Lanny Clemens for the Jets with 5 points, 4 from Kaylee Helber. Riley Eichelberger finishes with 5, and 4 from Cassie Heath. Their total of 18. For Jackson Center, Grace Pringer finishes with 4. Presley Reese with 13. McKinley Reichert with 14. Addie Biederman with 8. Dee Lichtenberg with 5. Carly Swaney with 2. Macy Kleffenstein with 10. So 3 players in double figures, another one at 8. Pretty balanced scoring, and they all kind of got into the action. And I thought there was a number, we don't keep assists manually, but I thought, boy, remember saying like nice pass or some good bounces.
Yes,
So they seemed to, again, that chemistry made this offense really gel against the zone defense.
Yeah, and you got to have good guard play too. The post knew where they wanted the ball, but you have to have good guard play. They had some guards cutting in and out of that lane versus that zone, and then they had a strong side post, So it was, I thought it was, very much almost like a surgeon how they attacked that zone.
And well said. And they moved, I think you're alluding to, is they move without the ball. They know where to space themselves, and then it makes that breaking down the zone defense a little bit easier because if you aren't moving, you're standing still, it makes it tough to run offense. So congratulations to the Tigers on their W tonight. Before we sign off, we'd like to go ahead and announce our NK Telco player of the game for Jackson Center.
Is Presley Reese.
Number 10 on the roster, scored 13 points. Very consistent, didn't score in the fourth quarter, but hit her free throws and was a nice ball handler.
Yep.
Came up, she was one of those players that when Fairlawn would spin dribble, she'd poke out steals and had her hands on a lot of the action tonight. So congratulations to Presley Reese. She is our NK Telco player of the game. That wraps up our coverage of high school girls basketball here tonight at Jackson Center. For my partner, Rich Bensman, my name is Jeff Henson. We hope that you enjoyed this telecast, and thank you for watching here on NK Telco Sports.